After coming back to the office after the meeting, I had decided that this life wasn't worth the risk anymore. Originally, I turned to this job to put an end to crime, to clean the streets of the low-life scum of the earth, but in the end I ended up becoming said scum. Even if I'm not dressed in rags, robbing the wealthy or mugging the poor, my innocent mind was taken and replaced with a guilty conscience the very day I met Tommy Penny. Back in 1927, I attended the local carnival, the West Country Festival to be exact. The case I was working on at the time had led me to believe that my suspect had been tasked on placing a dead job somewhere within the event. Though what I didn't count on would be that it was the suspect who would be dropping dead. After following him for a while, I turned a corner in a back alley, only to find his nearly limp corpse bleeding out on the ground as a black figure stood next to him. As I pulled out my piece, the shady figure calmly walked out of the shadows, and in a soft voice said,
"You didn't see nothing,"
handing me £1,000 in cash and quietly walking away. After standing there for a few seconds, trying to get my head around what just occurred, I decided to take the money and leave the scene, acting like I never saw a thing. 5 years later, I'm still taking money from this crook. Not like I'm not a crook myself. I'm just a man with a drinking habit and a bank account with more zeros than my telephone number, not to mention a conscience filled with guilt and misery. It was time for me to meet my co-worker. He has to come to my office and talk about a case of his and wanted my opinion on the matter.
So, after we ended up arresting him, the murders started appearing all around the area. We're not sure who it is, but we're thinking that there could be a possibility of a copycat killer being involved.
I mean, I wouldn't rule it out because it could be a possibility, but maybe you arrested the wrong guy?
I don't think so. You should have seen him when the cops came through the door, stabbing his wife, screaming bloody murder as they came in. Can I ask you a question?
Oh boy. As long as it's not something stupid this time, like if King Kong is real.
No, nothing like that. I was just wondering, have you ever had to shoot anyone?
No. Why do you ask?
No, I was just curious, so I'm wondering if you ever had to do it during the line of duty or anything before. I better set off home.
Alright. I'll come see you out, and if you ever need a hand with anything, just let me know.
Will do. Thanks for the drink.
Yeah, no problem. I'll see you later, okay? Alright, good luck. See ya.
Harry was a good kid, but a cop having a short attention span isn't a combination that's going to win him many awards anytime soon. But after sitting back in my chair and downing yet another drink, I started to feel a presence that didn't sit well with me.
Alright, Henry. It's been a while.
Yeah. Try to stay off the drink.
Trying.
Yeah. Trying.
Were you trying to get rid of me or something? Is that all it is?
No, I wouldn't say try to get rid of you. More as to keep you silent. For as long as I can.
Drinking me silent isn't going to do the job.
Nah. But it sure helps.
Henry Chase, 1933.
Are you mocking me?
You're mocking yourself.
Anyway, I suppose you know anything about the Mafia, do you? What they're up to? I feel that they're Planning something, I just don't know what.
Oh, it's for Mafia. They're always up to something. Something that keeps money in your pockets.
So is that no?
Why have I always got to do everything?
And just like that, he was gone. Just as quick
How
as he
did you-
appeared. He had left me a folder with some useful information about the Mafia that even I didn't know about. Or maybe I did and my brain was just rotting from all the nights of drinking my sorrows down the drain. This folder included such details as meeting points for smuggling weapons, drug deals, body disposal, and funnily enough, a date, time, and location for a meeting. It just so happens that said meeting was tonight. But not far from my office either. I decided to see if I could discover anything to do with their plan. I was a little early, but I arrived where the meeting was supposed to take place. The promenade. It would have made more sense to come here during the day, blend in with all the civilians walking the stretch. At this time of night it would just make things more obvious. Then again, who would be dumb enough to confront members of the Mafia during this time of night? Maybe I should have taken a look at myself in the mirror. Maybe then I would have gone home and slept through this mess. But I didn't have time to reflect on my decisions. I heard 2 sets of footsteps behind the wall, getting closer to one another. Now, I didn't write the book of bad ideas, but I sure wasn't afraid to quote from it. After eavesdropping Tweedledee and Tweedledum, I made my way back to the office. A glass of whiskey was calling me, like a mother calling for her son downstairs for dinner. I have been drinking in this chair for 20 minutes, or around 4 years depending on how you look at things. Reminiscing about the days of the job where I wasn't lying to my co-workers, tracing my steps and drinking the days away. I had to figure out their plan. If anything happened to the instant, then I'd only have myself to blame. Do they only plan to rob the event for themselves? Or do they also plan to rob the people of their valuables, with a gun pointed between their eyes, and bullet cases scattered across the concrete floor and blood? The West Country Festival itself is a carnival solely based on charity. All the tents and games that are held within the event are there solely to make money. Money for a lot of different charities. They genuinely end up making a lot for the cause, earning an average of about £40,000.
Any clues?
Just something about an engineer that's supposed to hire to rig the games or something. That's really all I found out.
Yet you're insistent on calling yourself a P.I. Do you know why people call cops pigs, Henry? Apart from most of being fat and or lazy. It's because all of yous will jump at the chance to get in the dirt. To cover yourself in filth, to surround yourself with nothing but it, until slowly but surely you become it yourself.
You are really testing my patience.
Oh, did I eat a sore spot off your shirt?
You haven't helped me in the slightest since you came around. In fact, where did you even come from?
Oh, so You're questioning me just now.
I don't know you. Or at least I don't remember you. Where did we meet? How do you know about this case?
You want answers that you already know, Henry.
I want answers that I can remember. What's your name?
You want my name?
Yes.
If it's that important, Goyle.
Goyle.
As in gargoyle?
Goyle as in the mythical creature.
Technically it's gargoyle, but yeah.
Great. Why does nothing make sense? Nothing makes sense.
To be honest, Henry, I'm surprised you haven't figured the case out yet.
You know something, don't you? Are you involved with the mafia?
Nick, I don't. Don't be stupid.
You're really testing my patience.
Henry, look at me. You haven't slept in 2 days. You're running this case ragged. You're working for the mafia. You're under God knows how much stress. Go home and get to sleep.
There was a blind spot in my head. A bullet-shaped hole where the answers should be. People may call that denial. Maybe they're right. I just wanted to dig inside my skull and scrape out the pain. If you don't sleep for more than 20 hours, your decision making goes down the drain. Common sense no longer becomes common. Logic no longer becomes realistic. All that and the stress of the situation can easily turn a sane person into a loose cannon. Opening the door to my chamber of slumber, I collapsed onto the bed, legs slumped over the edge, feet hovering inches from the carpet. I remember the atmosphere of the room at that time. Quiet, dark, and empty. Not in the physical sense, mind you. The desk was stained with whiskey and ink from the pen I wrote my reports with. After a good night's sleep, I came to realize something I didn't realize before. Something that didn't sit well with me. Goyle was right. But while he was correct, he was also a problem. A problem I had to get rid of.